Hello, this is Lester Langdon, and we're at a website called StopRealEstateSnakes.com. My name is Lester Langdon, and I'm a real estate broker. I'm also licensed by the state of Texas as a senior property tax consultant. And we're not here to sell any real estate. We're not going to mention any addresses. We're not going to mention any names. We're just going to talk about real estate nightmares. So we should say, well, what is a snake? Well, a snake is not really a face or a person. It's really a symptomatic of a problem that we've got here in Texas, probably all over the United States. And just over the last 30 years, I've been doing this a long time, the amount of paperwork has gotten to be a much thicker stack of papers. And that's because institutions and organizations, they may change personnel or they may get a new lawyer and they have a problem and they say, well, we don't want that to happen again. So, they implement another piece of paper, another form. They need another signature. And so, the stack to buy a house has gone from 5 sheets up to maybe 23 sheets of paper. To buy a commercial piece of real estate, it's gone from maybe 12 sheets up to 30 sheets of paper. And we have all sorts of addendums and amendments and disclosures. And then the governments add their forms, and then the title companies add their forms, and then the lenders add their forms. And so it's gotten to where there's probably 150 forms from the Texas Association, the Houston Association, and the National Association of Realtors. I have to know 150 forms. Plus, I have to be able to understand all the disclosures and affidavits and other forms from all these large organizations that we get every time they have a problem or they change personnel. So that's what we mean when we talk about a real estate snake. And so just want to let you know that if you want to make a comment, please go to the comment section and make a comment or ask a question. If you'd like to come up to the front of the room, we can bring you up and let you speak with your audio and also your camera or your video. Or if you want, you can you can just say, okay, I don't want to be seen, and you can void your video and just use audio. If that's the case, you're still in your pajamas from this morning. So we're here at the Poodle Ranch, and here's a hint that we're there. This is Tino. Tino, say hello. And my wife Kay raises toy poodles, shows them at dog shows, and now she's going to start being not going to start being a judge at dog shows. Doesn't pay very much, but she likes to do it. So, so we're here at Poodle Ranch. I'm just the ranch hand here. I just do all the stuff that needs to be done. So about 6 months ago, I had an attorney call me up. Lives on the 28th floor of a very prestigious high-rise condominium near central downtown, near River Oaks. Very nice residential area, and it's near. It's on Allen Parkway, and it's got some very exclusive people there. Just as an aside, it used to have the largest poker game in Houston there, but they folded shop and decided to do something maybe more fruitful and better with their time. But nevertheless, the condos run anywhere from $400,000 up to like $2 million. Not bad. They run from like $350 a square foot up to like $600 a square foot, depending upon what floor you're in. So, and they, a couple of them sold. A couple of people moved into their condos during the early part of 2022, and then in August of 2022, a really unforeseen problem occurred. the sprinkler system on the top floor in the penthouse, it somehow it was defective and it started raining inside. Started raining inside and did about $10 million worth of damage. And so much water came down from the 30th floor or the 32nd floor, whatever it is. So much that it buckled the first floor, and so it's a lot of damage. So it's got probably got like 150 condos there, and they had to move out. The whole building was evacuated. And so think about the people who bought in July, and then in July of 2022, and then in August, management says you got to move out. Hope we've liked staying here for the last month. So most people moved in with friends, or moved into hotels or other condos, whatever, depending upon how much money they got. And they shut the place down, and the construction crews started coming in, shut off the water, shut off the electricity, and started doing repairs. And everybody moved out. So in July, in May, we had asked of 2022, we had asked to have the property value, taxable value, reduced from $1,350,000 on one of the condos where the attorney lived, who was referred to me by a real estate broker whom I've known for many years. And so I put all the evidence together and all the data together and the sales and the comps and the stats and everything, and went to the hearing. And they set it up for 4:45 on a Friday afternoon. And of course, they're going home at 5. So I walk in, they say, you got 6 minutes to make your presentation. Dadgum, of course, the appraisal district sitting there with their representative, and 3 of the board members of the appraisal review board were sitting there. And I made my presentation, and I basically said, okay, fine. Last week, the apartment 2 floors immediately above us, above the condo that had the value in question, it was, of course, we were valued at $1,350,000. And they a week before reduced the one 2 floors up, identical in size, down to $1 million. Great, good evidence. And we had a copy of that order. And we said, we needed to be treated fairly and equally. Okay. And here's sales comps also, which say that it should be reduced. But more importantly, the state of Texas property code, the law, says that we're supposed to determine value on January, first day of the year, January the 1st of 2023. And so everybody had moved out in August, and nobody moved back in until April approximately of 2024. So everybody was out for like about 7, 8, 9 months. Nobody lived there. Some of the water had been turned off. Some of the electricity had been turned off. And if you had wanted to buy this property on January the 1st, because that's the day we're supposed to determine the value, not the first week in 2022, not the first week in or second week in 2023, but January the 1st, 2023. That's what the law says. And I'm saying, well, fine, you can't get in. You can't get in to look at it. If you have somebody that wants to buy it, they can't see it. They can't, before they write the contract to buy it, they can't see it. They can't get it appraised. They can't get a loan. They can't get it inspected by a licensed real estate inspector. They're supposed to write the contract offer in the dark. So what would you pay for a property that you can't get inside, that you can't see? Can't see it from the inside or the outside. So what would you pay for that property? So that was our argument, and the 3 board member panel reduced us from $1,350,000 down to $1.2 million. I'm thinking, how did you come up with that number? You just pull that out of the air. And they really just didn't care that the 1 2 floors up had been reduced the week before by another board panel to 1 million even. And we had told them it was worth, maybe $800,000 because nobody can see it to write an offer. All right, so they gave me 1.2 million. Whoop-de-doo, not too great. So we have 45 days, I believe, from the hearing date to ask the state of Texas Comptroller's Office in Austin to appoint an arbitrator. And of course, arbitrators in Texas are like God. What they say goes. Maybe not as strong as God, but a higher court cannot change what an arbitrator says in Texas. And we had to mail them to the comptroller. We mailed them a cashier's check for $750 to pay the arbitrator. So time's rolling along, and then today we had a hearing, and because the arbitrator had the zombie virus, or sometimes referred to as COVID-19. And he asked to have it done by phone. Okay with me, fine. And of course, the appraisal district had a representative on the other side of the phone to present their case. And we were going to have a hearing. Except that 2 hours before the hearing was supposed to start at 1 o'clock today, the appraisal district calls me up and says, "Hey, would you settle for $900,000?" Oh, I guess they appreciated my argument that, plus they, we had said in the notice of protest to the appraisal district that it was really only worth $600,000. So if we get to $900,000, not only do we get the value reduction and reduce property taxes by about $10,000, but we also get the arbitration fee back, and the Harris County Appraisal District has to pay the appraiser. Pardon me. The appraisal district has to pay the arbitrator, and they send money to the comptroller in Austin at the state of Texas, and the comptroller pays the arbitrator. And so we get our $750 back for the arbitration fee minus, I believe, $50. And so we got had the hearing, lasted about 5 minutes, and the appraisal district's representative and myself just told the arbitrator that we agreed on a price of $900,000 in value. I should say not price, but value. And so the arbitrator said, "Okay, we have to have a real hearing." And he took about 5 minutes and went through all the, turned on the recorder and had everybody speak up, and everybody agreed to $900,000. And then he emailed me the arbitrator's decision, and we did great. But it seems odd that the original hearing, the appraisal review board, back 6 months ago, when I told them it was worth much less, gave me, and when they had previously many months ago given me a value of 1.2 million and 6 minutes to do the hearing, it seems like they just really didn't want to listen. So we had to actually go to arbitration and send the arbitration fee and a cashier's check to the state of Texas Arbitrators Department in Austin. And so that was sort of it's not the first time that's happened, by the way. That happened to me numerous times, because sometimes the appraisal review board that's in the same building as the Harris County Appraisal District, sometimes they just don't want to listen. They just, I guess they're just not in the mood. They're supposed to be a jury of our peers, but I sometimes wonder about that. So we're here, and nobody came on the comment section. Nobody asked any questions. Nobody made any comments. Come back next week, next Monday at 8 o'clock. And if you'd like to be on the show, or like to have your happy face, or not just your face, but just your audio if you prefer, we can do that. This is Lester Langdon. My website is houstonius.com. That's houstonius.com. I'm a state of Texas licensed real estate broker, also a senior property tax consultant. And or you can give me a call. Go to my phone number that's listed at the stoprealestatesnakes.com. And this is Tino, and Tino says goodbye. Thanks a lot. Bye.